Welcome to another edition of the Seat Shop installation video series. Today we're going to be walking you through how to replace a driver bottom on a 2002 through 2006 Ford F250 or F350 crew cab only, as well as the Ford Excursion. Now, the unique thing about the seat shock covers is we guarantee them to match with the original factory interior. This way you can just replace whatever piece in your interior is wearing out and it'll match with the original interior. Now, Brian's going to walk you through a few of the tools here we'll need.
All right, here's some of the tools you're going to need. Regular Phillips head screwdriver, a couple of flatheads, a 10 millimeter wrench, socket. We got a 13 mil and a 10 mil socket. You're going to have an 18 millimeter and a T55, a Torx bit T55. These are the two pieces you'll need to remove the seat from the truck. Got a pry tool here. You don't have to have a pry tool. If you don't have them around, you can use some flathead screwdrivers, but these things make it a little easier for one of the steps. Need a pair of snips, hog ring pliers. If you don't have a set of hog ring pliers, we've got a set of hog ring pliers available for you. They're $6 if you need these things to make it a whole lot easier. A lot of the Ford covers are going to use hog rings to attach. We'll get to that here a little bit later in the video. Set on needle nose pliers, and we got a drill set up here with a Phillips bit on it. You also need a rag or a towel for one of the sections. We'll show you where you're going to need that. So make sure you got something around for that. But yeah, the rag or towel, anything like that will work. All right, let's move these out of the way. We'll start with the. All right.
There we go. Now, obviously, the first step is going to be removing the seat from the truck. Like Brian said, you'll need that Torx bit, which is a T55, as well as an 18 millimeter socket. And before you disconnect the power from underneath the seat, go ahead and move the seat bottom or the seat frame all the way in the up position, as well as get the seat centered kind of front to back, and then disconnect your power and you can pull your seat. Now, the next step is obviously going to be taking this plastic panel, this trim panel here right off. Let me see that pry tool, and let me grab another one here. Now, there's no clip or anything that holds this knob on, this lumbar knob. You can push the plastic back, and you can see where the black plastic ends. Is what we do. We take the pry tools. You can use a pair of flathead screwdrivers. We'll get them in there just where the knob ends, and we'll get them 180 degrees apart from each other here. Twist them and try and pop them off.
These things are real bare to get off. Sometimes they'll come right off, but sometimes they're a real pain to get off. And when they finally do, they usually shoot across the room. They're pretty tight to get on, but you'll think there's a clip on there, but there's not. Like Hunter was saying.
See that drill there?
Yeah, there's got a Phillips on it.
Okay, and behind that lumbar knob is going to be your first Phillips head screwdriver, or the screw that you're going to want to remove. Pull that out. Also on this recline lever is one there. And as well as behind this, there's going to be one, too.
Let me try to hold that lever up.
Yeah, if you can, there's one right in here.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah. Go ahead and turn this back here. There's going to be two Phillips up here. I usually get the long one. It's hard to get to with a drill.
Yeah, sometimes this little front frame gets in the way.
Yeah.
So you don't want to round it out with a drill, so just hit it with the regular screw.
There you go. I'm gonna take these two out.
When you're pulling your seat out of the truck, I just thought about this. Most of the time, you got to use the 18 and the T55, but sometimes they all are Torx bits. There'll be 4 bolts that are all T55, but occasionally the center rear will actually be held on with that 18. So if you don't see if you don't need that 18, when you're pulling the seat out of the truck, don't worry about it. Every once in a while, we've seen them with all 4 Torx bit bolts in the floor.
And also, while we're under here, there's one more little Christmas tree plastic tab that's holding this plastic panel on at the back. But while you got the seat here, you might as well disconnect some of the electric controls. They're going to be all quick connect. You can't mix them up when you're putting them back together. They'll all fit in one position. Some of these, it really helps if you have a second hand working it. I'm going to get Brian to come around here real quick and help me with this one. This one right here has two tabs, one on each side of this black clip here. And so we're going to each get on one of them while pulling apart. And just use your flathead and get that one.
I think we're pulling at an angle.
may got clips out there. I think you may be loose. See, yeah, you're loose.
Is it? Yeah, there it is.
There we go.
Those are a real pain. You can see the clips. There's a clip on this side and on this side. The hook on the side piece. It's really weird. There's no reason for there to be two, but there are.
And this particular seat also happens to have the seat heaters. So if you don't have the seat heaters, you may not see half these wires under here. It's going to be a lot more simple.
Usually you'll just have this this one main connection. That's the black one. And you'll have a brown one here. That's usually the main two. There's these other extra ones that have a lot to do with the heaters and stuff.
Get this clip off
the seat.
Here, go ahead and stab that clip there, and I'll be pulling. There we go.
There we go.
Okay, let's flip it up and get that Christmas tree at the back here.
Yep.
And right here, you'll see a tab. Right here, that's kind of a plastic Christmas tree thing that's holding that into a hole. So what we'll do is just take the pry tool.
The tab on is pretty long, so when you start to pry it. If you got another screwdriver, once you get some separation, then I'll come back through and put another screwdriver back behind it, so you got some more leverage to pry from. So when you're prying it, you're not bending the tab to the side. You're being able to pull it out straight. Because if you're twisting it to the side a whole bunch, it could break off. Which that one broke off. We'll get another one. It happens all the time. You can get those tabs at Lowe's and Home Depot and stuff. They've got them. I'll show you what another one.
Yeah, we'll show it when we're putting it back together. All right, and since we had that electric control already undone underneath, we're just going to snake this panel off, pull it up over the lumbar knob right here, and then you'll be able to snake it from behind that recline lever. We already got one of them undone. And then the seat heater button here, there's a quick connect plastic tab behind it. Just push the button and pull it out. There we go, set that to the side. There we go. Turn this back. All right, as well as all the connections underneath, there's going to be 4 10mm bolts that are going to be holding on this complete power track. There's going to be one at all the 4 corners here. Let's see, you can grab this impact and that 10mm.
Now sometimes, depending on when you adjust the seat forward and back, up and down, before you pull it out, go ahead and grab it. Sometimes you can't wherever you got it situated. Sometimes you can't get the a drill onto a socket to get to it. That's when it comes in handy to have this little 10mm wrench so you can get into it. It's usually on the back one.
Yeah,
which
a little tight.
So if it is tight, have one of these around to get to it. If you can't get a socket onto it,
we'll get to 3 of them, and then the left one. There we go. And this last, this last one here.
do you need to?
Yeah, I'll need that wrench.
There's going to be another connection underneath that we'll have to undo, which runs into this seat belt here. So that's the reminder when you don't have your seat belt clicked. That's the sensor that throws that off. So there's just behind the seat belt through here, there's a wire that's going through underneath the frame that hooks in towards the back. We'll need to disconnect that piece so we can pull it through, so we can take the frame completely off the bottom. Once the hunter finishes that, we'll be able to get to that wire.
These ones got to do by hand, take a while. And then just look to see what other wires are holding it on. This one's got the seat heaters, so I'm going to disconnect those from there. Let's see. And the seat belt cable. I need it.
Need a flathead?
Yeah. Then I'll also need that snip. Sometimes these connections can be with a zip tie on there. Snip that zip tie right here. There it is. Get that pry tool on there. There we go. Everything should be clear there. Feed this seatbelt cable through. Oh, that one needs taken off. Whoop.
Nope. Okay, is that everything? Yeah, there we go. Okay, good.
All right, the next knob you'll have to take off, or the mechanism, is going to be this lumbar knob on the side. As you can see, there's a cable right here that runs up from the bottom into the seat top. That's what raises and lowers your lumbar. Let's see that Phillips here. There's just 2 screws holding this one on. Okay, go ahead and pull that through.
Yeah. Now, when this is all the way pulled through, I'm going to show them how to snap that apart.
Yeah, make sure this is all the way in the relaxed position. You'll know that it is when you can see that chrome tab right there, that chrome knob, and then just go ahead and snap that off like that. It's just quick connect. You'll be able to snap it back in later. All right, on the side here, everything should be free with a seat heater. Yep. Okay. Set it up. And then there's two 13 millimeter or half-inch bolts that hold on this hinge control right here. You're going to want to take those off. We got an air gun here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right, go ahead and lay this back. Yep.
Perfect.
Okay.
Now there's this top part of the top part of the cover has a piece of steel that comes down that's got a hole in it, and the seat bottom frame has a metal peg. So the top's got the hole, the bottom's got the peg, and those things will lock in together. Then once you got the 2 screws in it, that's what keeps this thing from coming apart. So we got to pry that peg out of the hole there. Okay. So there's the peg. Here's the hole right there. Pry that apart, and these 2 wires here, your seat heater and your lumbar knob, we're going to pull those through so that we can completely separate the 2 top and bottom from each other. All right, Hunter, grab that top and get it out of the way. All right, perfect. All right, we're out of time for the first segment. Come back for segment 2. We're going to go ahead and pull the covers off and start to reskin it with a new cover.